Hi, Jay here with Laguna Tools. I'm over here at the bandsaws, and this is kind of a dark corner of the shop, and it can be a little bit difficult for me to see my marks as I'm cutting. In those cases, I like to use one of the work lights, and you can see that we have this work light mounted on the 14BX bandsaw today. These work lights come with a plug that's 110 volt, but the BX bandsaws can be purchased in either 110 volt or 220. The lights, the LED lights, are designed to accommodate either. Let's show you how that's done. The LED work lights all have a 110 style plug. That means you can plug it into the wall in your shop, or you can plug it into the back of a machine that's equipped with a 110 outlet. This is a 220 version machine, and you'll see that this plug is not compatible. And there's two ways to handle that. The first way is you can go on to some of the online retailers and purchase an adapter, and this one is 110 on this side, and it's 220 on this side. So simply plugging that in and plugging in the work light means it's going to work. The driver inside the LED light is going to make the switch for you, and that's all that you need to do. The other option is to go through and change out the plug. Now this has a molded plug, and that means you're going to unplug it and cut the plug off and install a 220 volt plug. To replace the plug on the lamp, go to your home store and select the correct plug that matches your outlet, whether it's the outlet on the back of the saw or your wall outlet. You'll need a screwdriver, some wire strippers, and a pair of wire cutters. The first step is to cut off the old plug. This is a 110 volt plug that we're going to remove. Simply snip that right off. This is an easy process even for people that are not familiar with wiring. The next step is to go through and strip off a bit of the wiring jacket on the outside using some wire strippers. Now with the jacket removed, simply go through and bare each wire . Okay, now with those bared off, I'm going to go through and give the ends of each of these a nice twist to make sure that the wires are tight and I don't have any stragglers. To install the plug, you'll separate the plug body from the sleeve and slide the sleeve over the wire so that it's ready to tighten up. Next, we're going to take those bared ends of the wires, again just check them. The first one I want to connect is the ground. The ground will be to the green terminal, and that'll go to the round post style terminal on the connector. Insert that into the back, and then finally tighten down that screw. We're going to repeat this process for both the black and white wire. Now on 110 volt installations, the black and white wire position is critical. Since we're installing a 220 plug, the positioning is not critical. You can put the black wire in either hole and the white wire in either hole. Let's insert the black wire next. Make sure that your wire is bottomed out when you insert it before tightening it down. Now repeat the process on the white wire. Once these wires are tight in the back of the plug, I like to do a little tug test to make sure that they're not loose and they won't pull out of the back. Now that they're all installed, bring the sleeve up, and you'll see that the sleeve typically has a little notch that matches up with a little post that's on the back of the plug itself. And line those up and slide it together. Tighten down the face screws. That'll hold the plug body to the plug sleeve. If you're unsure about this, you can call an electrician to install this for you, but it's really pretty easy. It's just 3 wires and a couple of simple connections. If you're capable of using the bandsaw, you're probably capable of putting a plug on it as well. Okay, now that I have these tightened down, the final step will be to install the strain relief. And this particular style installs right on the back of the plug. And let's see if we can get this thing lined up correctly. There they go. These slide right over the back edge of the plug and it clamps the wire to make sure that it won't be pulled loose from the back of the plug. Insert the screws, and we'll do one of these at a time. Once these are installed, this plug will be ready to use. I like to give it a test before I'm all done. We've now changed this plug from the old 110 volt plug to the new 220 style, and this will plug right into the back of my bandsaw. Now with the new plug installed, I'll simply plug it into the back of the saw and give it a quick test. That works great. Now this plug change is only available on the LED lights. If you have one of our halogen lights, those don't have the same driver inside, so you'll need to either select 110 volt or 220. The LED lights will accept the adapter or the replacement of the plug. These LED lights also have another benefit, and that's color correction. You can change the color of the light output here, and you can see that it goes from a more warm light to a nice bright light. You can also change the intensity by dimming it or making it brighter. The LED lights are available with 3 different types of options here, both the can light, the long strip light, or a flexible spine mount light. We also have several different mounts that you can get. You can find all of these lights and the mounts over at lagunatools.com.